A group of friends were hanging out near a waterfall. One girl was filming the day on her phone. At one point, she heard a strange noise coming from the trees. She turned the camera, but didn't see anything, so she kept recording her friends. Later, while watching the footage at home, she noticed something chilling. When she had pointed the camera at the forest, it captured something that looked like a transparent woman, watching them from behind the trees. They hadn't seen it in real life, but the camera did. Was it just pareidolia, or something paranormal? While hiking on a trail in Georgia, someone spotted something truly disturbing. A body, barely clothed, covered in mud and dirt, lying on the side of the trail. They called the police, and an investigation began. But when officers arrived, the truth came out. It wasn't a person at all, but a discarded doll. The doll, later nicknamed Sorana, was taken to the sheriff's office, where officers cleaned it up. Fortunately, this time it was just a doll and not a real person. In October 2020, a Facebook user recorded a short video while vacationing in Bend, Oregon. Months later, while casually reviewing photos and clips from the trip, they noticed something unsettling. For just a split second, a dark figure appears in the background. It wasn't seen during filming, and the area was an open field. No trees, no shadows, no one else around. Strangely, their dog, Maui, seemed eager to approach it. Some believe it was just a shadow, or maybe a tree stump, but the user insists there was nothing there. To this day, the clip still gives them chills. This man lives in the middle of nowhere. No neighbors for miles, no gas stations nearby, just empty land. Last night, his gate camera caught something disturbing. A man walking past his gate. The figure first appeared around 11 p.m. By morning, there were more notifications. At 3:44 a.m., the camera recorded him again, this time wearing what looked like black gloves. The footage was handed over to the sheriff, who's now patrolling the area. But the thought of someone appearing that deep in the wilderness, in the middle of the night, wearing gloves, that's what's truly unsettling. Were they hiding something in the woods? Late one night, a man headed to a parking lot to pick up his car. But as he approached, something froze him in place. Inside a tent stood someone draped in white, just standing there, completely still. It was silent, eerily silent. No one else was around. He pulled out his phone and started recording, knowing no one would believe him otherwise. Then he rushed to his car, creeped out, and confused. A Reddit user was exploring an abandoned armory alone when they came across something chilling. A freshly dug human-sized hole, deep enough to bury someone. The location was remote, overgrown, and impossible to reach by vehicle. They reported it to the police. At first, dispatch brushed it off, suggesting someone might have been digging for relics. But soon after, multiple investigators called back, asking if the user had seen anyone, touched anything, and mentioning trail cameras were being set up. They were told not to return. Since then, there's been no update. It was July 18th, 2025, when a family was crossing a mountain ridge in Alberta, Canada. Suddenly, they spotted something strange. Something massive, moving smoothly across the terrain. Its size was impossible to ignore, but the distance made it impossible to tell what or who was walking along that ridge that day. One night, a man returned home and asked his wife to open the door, but she replied they weren't home, she and the kids had gone out. Confused, he looked up at the window and saw this. A figure staring back at him from inside the house. Shocked, he pulled out his phone and zoomed in to get a better look. But just a second later, it vanished. The house was locked. He was alone. So who or what was watching him from the window? While out hiking in the woods, one of them snapped a quick photo with their dog. But they didn't realize what they'd captured until later. Behind them, a dark figure with glowing eyes can be seen. Many viewers argued no trained retriever would stay still with something like that looming behind. No one's confirmed where the photo came from, and the mystery remains unsolved. This video was taken by a couple of bricklayers passing by, who slowed down in confusion.
He's fucking gone AFK. Whoever the fuck's controlling him needs to fucking nip that in bud sharpish, mate. What the fuck?
I'm not home, I'm waiting. You can do, bro. I don't want to listen.
What the fuck?
How many people just don't give a fuck?
Even with cars zooming past, the man didn't flinch. He just stood there, motionless, like he was paused or glitched in reality. The man wondered what was going on. I wonder if they ever got the answers. On July 23rd, 2025, someone staying in a forest spotted something strange floating above the clouds in Chiang Mai, Thailand. A dark object hanging mid-air, too still to be a drone, too unclear to identify. The footage quickly spread online, leaving everyone confused and curious. No one has figured out what it really was, but most think it's something not from this dimension. Do you have any clue? A man went out camping alone in the Sierra Nevadas this summer. He made camp, lit a fire, and shot a short video to show his girlfriend he was all set for the night. The video only reached her the next morning, and that's when she noticed something strange. Two faint, glowing eyes just beyond the fire pit. He hadn't seen anything that night, but admitted he didn't feel completely alone. When he finally saw the eyes, it freaked him out. What was staring silently at him? Was he in danger? Kelvin Judd was just 14 when he first got lost in the Uinta Mountains. He was lucky. A rescue chopper with infrared spotted him in the forest. It ended with a happy reunion. But that close call didn't keep Kelvin out of the mountains. In 2016, 5 years later, Kelvin returned, this time on a camping trip with his family near Alsop Lake. They were hiking off trail, high above the tree line, when something unusual caught Kelvin's eye.
There was something that was kind of a light red, not bright red, sun-bleached red.
They found a backpack. It was sitting far from any trail, tucked against the slope. Then things got stranger. His brother spotted a boot, and when he picked it up, bones were still inside. They had found human remains.
We tried to immediately put the pieces together of who is this?
With no phone signal, they couldn't call it in. So Kelvin carefully checked the backpack. Inside, they found this.
To our surprise, an Australian driver's license with Eric Robinson's name on it.
Eric Robinson had vanished in the summer of 2011, 5 years earlier. He was an experienced hiker who had flown to Utah to explore the Highline Trail. When he disappeared, his wife came all the way from Australia to search for him, but after months with no sign, she went home without answers. The discovery brought closure, but also more questions. If Eric had planned to hike the Highline Trail, why was he found so far from it? How had he ended up here? Even now, the full story of what happened to Eric Robinson remains a mystery. While staying in a remote cabin deep in the mountains of Mazamitla, Jalisco, this person noticed something disturbing. A humanoid figure silently watching them from behind a car. Whether it was someone stalking them, a cruel prank, or something more mysterious remains unknown. Logically, they didn't try to investigate who or what was hiding behind the car. And honestly, can you blame them? In early 2016, something strange disturbed the quiet streets of Forest Grove, Oregon. For 2 weeks, a high-pitched noise echoed through the air near Gales Creek Road, a sound people described as a warped flute or a mechanical scream. It came and went without warning, piercing through homes and unsettling nerves. Over 200 people reported it. City workers checked everything: gas lines, wildlife, old pipes, attic fans, but nothing ever explained it. Then, just as suddenly as it started, the sound stopped. In late February, it went silent, and by March, the case was quietly closed. But the source is still unknown. Locals still wonder what caused that sound. A person living remote in the woods caught something on their backyard security camera that creeped them out. A tall, pale figure stepped out from the dark. It wore black and stood around 8 to 9 feet tall, towering over the trees. Its eyes glowed, giving it an unnatural look. The next day, there were no signs of anyone having been there. No footsteps, no tracks, nothing. The homeowner wondered if it was a prank, but that seemed unlikely. No one really lives nearby. So what was it then? In Springfield Township, New Jersey, 16-year-old Jeanette De Palma vanished on August 7, 1972. 6 weeks later, a dog reportedly dragged home part of her arm, leading authorities to a place locals still call Devil's Teeth, where her remains were discovered. Jeanette's body was found lying on top of the cliff. Around her were pieces of wood arranged in strange shapes, along with what looked like small crosses. Locals believed it was a ritual killing, but investigators claimed they never found any official signs of occult activity. Due to the condition of her remains, no autopsy was performed. Her death was simply labeled Suspicious. Over time, the details got murky. Her purse was said to have been found, but there's no official record of it. Hulu's Out There, Crimes of the Paranormal, recently highlighted missing evidence and early missteps during the investigation. A group called Justice for Jeanette is now pushing to have her body exhumed for new forensic testing, hoping modern tools can reveal what 1970s tech couldn't. Some still claim a satanic Bible was found in her room. Others speak of rumors about dark gatherings near Watchung Reservation. But Jeanette's friends describe her as a kind, church-going teenager, someone who didn't dabble in anything dark. Still, people wonder, was it the work of a serial killer or something tied to cult activity? During a hike, this man suddenly realized he wasn't alone.
Nice bear.
A black bear was following him. He didn't run. Instead, he kept walking slowly, glancing back to keep an eye on it. Fortunately, there was no charge, no chase, and the man left the forest safely. This person living deep in the woods began hearing strange noises echoing from the forest. The sound would move east in short bursts, then stop, changing locations about 4 times before falling silent. At first, they thought it might be a drone, but something about it didn't quite add up. Later, someone suggested it was just a male cicada making mating calls, but after listening to recordings of cicadas, I wasn't convinced. So, what do you think these sounds could be? A woman named Liliana from Chile filmed something strange in the ocean. Her footage showed several figures gliding just beneath the waves. Some believe it was simply a pod of whales, but others claimed the shapes looked eerily human, almost like mermaids. What made it even creepier? The timing. This was filmed just after a powerful earthquake struck off the coast of Russia. Could something ancient have been disturbed beneath the sea? In Indonesia, a man was enjoying a peaceful day at home when his dogs suddenly went wild, barking at the road like they sensed something. But when he stepped outside, nothing was there. Curious, he decided to check his home security footage, and what he saw left him chilled. A ghost-like figure appeared, walking along the street twice. He ruled out a camera glitch. His own image appeared crystal clear, and he saw nothing with his own eyes. So what exactly did his dogs and his camera see that day? While walking along a quiet beach in Mexico at night, this person suddenly heard something disturbing. Hauntingly beautiful music drifting from the sea, as if someone or something was singing just offshore. Could the recent earthquake have disturbed something deep in the ocean? Some believed it might have been whales, but the melody felt too close. Others began to wonder, was it something stranger? A mermaid's call? During a trip to Guatemala, a family visited a beautiful recreation park with a long forest trail. At the end of their walk, they met a park ranger who shared an unsettling story. One night he heard the dogs howling strangely. Curious and unsure why, he began recording the area. Later, when he reviewed the footage at home, he was shocked to see this. A figure dressed in white can be seen in the distance. And then a chilling cry pierces the silence. Real or not, the footage left the family deeply unsettled. One day, a group of people were driving through the Russian woods when they noticed the bushes nearby rustling. Curious, they brought the car to a stop. A massive brown bear, towering and unpredictable, rose from the greenery. But it didn't charge, didn't roar, it just stood there. In the Russian wild, not every story ends this quietly. A couple was hiking deep in the forest when they found a hole in the ground. But instead of dirt or water like they expected, they saw a spiral staircase leading underground. The stairs weren't broken or old, they looked solid. Even stranger, the lights inside were still on. It didn't feel abandoned. Maybe it's a leftover war bunker built to survive, or something more recent, more secret. Either way, it felt too random to just be there, especially with the power still running. Two women were out in the wilderness when they spotted something strange just a few feet ahead.
Mírala, 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 mírala. Mira esa luz de ahí, ¿sí la estás viendo?
¿La qué? ¿La laguna?
La luz.
¿Te ayudo?
¿Sí la miras la luz o solo la miro yo?
Dame tu mano, mi amor, acá arriba.
No.
A glowing orb, floating midair, completely still. The light was intense, and the silence around it made the whole scene even creepier. They filmed it, but didn't take a step closer. They just watched as it hovered, like it was watching, or waiting. Nobody really knows. A group of friends were hiking around Escondido Falls in Malibu when they noticed a strange, dark statue near the gate of a private house. It looked eerie, like it was watching them. They brushed it off as weird yard art and moved on. But on their way back that night, things took a terrifying turn. That same figure was now standing across the road. Before they could process what was happening, this happened.
My mama's late.
They bolted, terrified, and didn't look back. What was going on here? While hiking near North Sentinel Island, this man filmed the Sentinelese using a drone, an uncontacted tribe that has remained isolated for thousands of years. Contact with them is strictly banned to prevent the spread of disease. In 2018, a man was killed after attempting to approach the Sentinelese. Experts agree, even well-meaning contact can be deadly, introducing viruses and bacteria that these tribes have no immunity to. The only way to protect them is to leave them alone. Exploring with Bear went camping in Helltown, Ohio, an area infamous for legends, ghosts, and rumored satanic rituals. Things quickly started to get eerie when Bear and Jakey met a couple.
What is that? It's moving closer. What is it? Is that a person? Hey, how's it going? Hey. Sorry, was I blinding you?
We made it to the curve here, up at the end, and all you heard was a bunch of coyotes just getting tore up by something. Like,
Holy smokes, man! I just mentioned on camera. Have you ever heard of the Wendigo?
Yeah.
That's supposed to be like one of the big things around here.
We've been seeing stuff all night. I have a tendency to bring stuff out. So.
Do you? And
yes,
we're
I
like
do.
going in right after you.
Yes, I do. So we were on the opposite end.
Sweet.
And we had a tree, a full tree, snapped right in front of us and then vanished.
Holy
like it never
smokes.
snapped.
Was you guys trying to make it back to the satanic barn there?
Yeah, we were actually.
Did you make it? Oh, you didn't make it though, huh?
I think that's where the coyotes are at.
And they were getting mauled by something.
Yeah, something. They were in pain. They were.
Oh my goodness.
All right.
Jakey, what do you think, man? All right, you guys have a safe night, and thanks for that. That just made this so much more terrifying.
But the two pressed on with their journey and headed to the barn. Inside, the place was covered in markings and wet paint.
That's still wet?
Yeah. That goes there. That's what they use.
Yeah, so they were using that. They were painting something. Maybe this over. Look, look at that. Wait. That is still, look at that. Oh my goodness, man. Somebody was just here. Those people didn't come back here.
Yeah.
They said they got turned scared. Look at that. Hello? Are they up there? Are you up there? You know what? Oh my goodness, man. I just thought of this. What if it was the people that was just taken or whatever? And that's what they heard. Because this paint, man, this has just been done.
They took some time to try out their Spirit Talker app. It spat out some disturbing words, something Bear had never experienced before. Then they went exploring the place again and found this.
It was all ripped up. Look at how the floor was burnt too. That's a big hole.
None of that fell.
Huh?
None of that just fell.
You wonder how... Oh, why am I... That's only got one thing on it. Oh my goodness. I can't be using this now. We're going to need that for the walk, man. Jakey, hold on, man.
What is that?
I don't know, but look, there's...
That's...
all over that... Is that blood on that towel, man? That's blood, man.
Whoa.
No way. Hey, that's still wet. Come on. You okay? You okay? Hey, take your time. Take your time. Keep that light out in front of us. Wait a minute. Man, there's somebody around here, dude.
Their lights and batteries began to fail, and they thought they were hearing footsteps. When they left, they noticed a path in the bush had appeared out of nowhere, something they later confirmed by reviewing their footage.
It's after 3 a.m. right now. 3:15, quarter after 3. So it was close to 3 when all that was happening, you know? That makes it a little more creepy, man.
Yeah.
It was like the witching hour pretty much and all that. Oh, that was you. Was that you?
What? What?
It was like a... I don't know. I'm just going to call it as you. We're just going to say, I got too much spinning in my head right now.
Bear and Jakey retreated to their truck, spending the rest of the night there, convinced something's still in that barn. A Reddit user had hiked 3 miles deep into a quiet research forest when a sudden air siren pierced the silence. They didn't understand, so they just kept walking, but it felt weird. Turns out, it wasn't a warning for hikers. It's just how the nearby town summons first responders, due to poor cell reception in the area. Nothing scary, after all. While working at a honeybee farm, this suddenly happened. Millions of insects swarming all at once. The sight was both unsettling and fascinating. And to continue with this chill, watch the next video.